Good morning once again. This is Dan here at Dank Scott Traders Hub. Yes, please, thank you for joining. And of course, this is Monday and a new month started. Yeah, a new month started. So today is the 3rd of March. New month, new monies. Let's make this money together. Thank you so much for those that joined the Signal platform. We are now getting into it. Yes, the Signal's platform is now ready. Yes, not is ready. Is now ready. We are going to kickstart it right away. Yeah, so that's what we are doing. That's what we are doing today. So those who haven't joined, please, there's still time. You took the whole of today, you can still join. Yeah, but thank you so much for those that joined. And right now, I want us to talk money. And even right now, we want to say thank you for Feb. But as we get into March now and start off, may you be with us still. Let's make this month also pay out. Give us the grace, give us the signals that we need for the glory of it. And we give you praise, Lord. Thank you for the entries and exits, perfect entries and exits. Thank you for the clear and perfect analysis that you're revealing unto us even tonight. We give you praise. We love you so much. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Right. So yeah, guys, this is my thing. This is the thing I do. So apologies to those that really don't believe in God, but yeah, apologies. But sometimes I just pray that you guys started believing. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't even apologized, but yeah, God is real. So you guys need to believe that He is real, that He helps you even when you don't know He helps you. So even right here, no man can depend on himself. I may know how to analyze, but it doesn't mean I don't need God. I still need God. Yeah. Right, I'm not preaching, so let's get into this Crash 500. Let's get into this Crash 500. Those who are coming in for the first time, please do make it a point to go and subscribe to our channel. Let's grow the community together as we continue to make this money together. And of course, the rest of us guys, always make it a point to like and share. All right, Crash 500. Enough of the chit chat. Let's get into this. Crash 500 Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday I wasn't available. I didn't trade because remember I told you I had some engagements that I needed to first handle. So Friday I was never there. So we never traded. I last traded on this on Thursday. So yeah, this was Thursday, I think. Let me see. Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Yes, we made money right there. Several times we made this money on Thursday. So now we don't need all this. Let's now look at how to make this money. Let's look at how to make this money right here. Delete that. This is no longer necessary, I think. So let's first head to weekly. So we had a breakout according to weekly, a retest back there. Now coming in strong with sales. That's what we needed according to weekly. A breakout according to daily, retest right there, and the week has just started, and clearly it has started as a sell. Yeah, it has started as a sale. So it started yesterday, which is Sunday. Today is Monday. This is the second day of the week. This is the second day of the week, and that's what we are looking at today. You can clearly see it right about there. All right, so price is below our 10 MA according to daily time frame, we know that we want price to come all the way down below, just like I showed you below. According to weekly, just about there. So according to daily, the sale is on. According to H4, we want to understand right here, yeah, right there, right there. We want to understand it. Let me first see on the left. Okay, it's that whole order block. So if it is that whole order block, it means it has been touched 3 times. It has been touched 3 times. So right down below here, I see something a bit interesting. Let's leave this, delete these two. I see something interesting. I want to see if it is actually what I think it is. And to see if it is something. See if it is what I think it is. And then we start off right about there. Yes, now that kind of makes sense. So price failed to reach back up there, which means we have a bit of reversal, price came all the way there, grabbed the liquidity right there, went to start to sell. Now it has tested this level and we are looking at breaking it out. Does it have enough momentum to break out? According to what we see here, we may say it has. Base candle that reached out there and it came in full swing to sell. So let's head to H1. H1 has reached now oversold. Why? Because there is that kind of previous level right here, and of course there is that trend line which is acting as our support trend line level right there. So knowing this, one may anticipate again back into that, but we have to realize that according to daily, we are still selling. Price has never touched that oversold level, and clearly we are waiting for the sales at a later stage. But according to H1, we still need to we still need to see some buys because of where we are currently. And why? Because H4 has reached the retracement level according to CCI, meaning we need to see a bit of a pullback according to H4, and that would be some kind of buy entry or some kind of buy move according to H1. So probably we have these points of interest. We have this OB right here. We have this OB to just give us something like that, which may be a fake buy move back into the channel there, only later on to give us enough momentum to break out. That is one way. The other way is this level going all the way up, but I don't see it. It is a possibility, but it is not. Its chances to happen is the chances are less, are very few compared to this very first one. Why? Because clearly there, one may see that it is a weak resistance level right about there. That is a weak resistance level right there. So meaning price to break that, it may require a bit of more momentum for buys. But according to H4 and daily, the way we've seen, the momentum of buys won't be there because of the general trend being a sell. So this will be just a manipulation to just tell guys that we are actually still buying within this channel, and guys will make their entries only to push price back to that OB and bring it back into the sells, and actually even we see the breakout. So this is the most likely move right here, from here to there, from here to there, and then come in with a sell. From there to there, I can say I only see 30% chances, actually 20% chances of this move happening. And nevertheless, I have it there because it is a possibility. I have it there because it is a possibility. All right, that is crash 500. I move on now. That's what we'll be looking for. I'm not going to do anything according to M15. Of course, M15, it is going to be a buy. Those who want, you can enter that buy when price breaks that level. That's for sure. That's for sure. Those who want to buy. But remember, your profits should not exceed this level. So if you want to scalp, the scalping is now. The scalping is now. If you want to scalp, you should scalp now. And then you'll be knowing that your profits will be taken right about there. All right, that is crash 500. Boom 1000. Boom 1000. Let's get to 1000 now. Look at what is happening. Now, where did we stop at? This is Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. That's where we stopped at, that move right here. I wanted price to get back here so that I can enter. It never happened, but we saw a breakout right here. So that was another possibility right there. Breakout. So did we make any entries on Thursday? Let's look at that. Now we stopped trading this asset on Wednesday, and we made those entries and went out with that kind of money. So right about now, I want to see what is happening. So clearly, this is what was happening. Wait a minute. This is weird. Okay, we don't need it. We just have this is H1. First go to weekly. Weekly, we know we are looking for buys. Yeah, we know we are looking for buys. Daily, we have finished. Have we finished retesting? Came back to that. Okay. Buying. It's a weird move. The way it is a weird move, I see a support kind of. I see a support kind of move right here. I mean a resistance kind of level right about there. Price is being held up. Price is being held up right there. And clearly, if I see that, that means this is not even like that. That is supposed to be like this. Yes, that is supposed to be like that. So this was a fake breakout, went back inside, and now this is a flag. One may say it is a flag. Then we know that this move right here will be our first TP right about there, but then we have our general TP, which will be this, which will be that, this one right here according to daily, this one right here all the way there. That will be our TP right about there. So now that we know the plan right here, let's look at H4. H4, we are continuing to buy. H1, we've reached overbought. We are looking at selling it. There's a lot of liquidity left back. on that fair value gap on this order block. M15, it's not yet oversold. That's weird. Yet H1 and M30, they are oversold. So I mean overbought, not oversold, overbought. H1 and M30 are overbought, but then M15 is not yet oversold. Actually, it is. Yes. Oh, it's not yet touched here. Never went down. Went back. How did not touch again? So it is trying to move back. But according to the way it is moving, I want to show you this. That it went here, touched here several times, but this last time failed to touch it. Touch the trend line. It has gone back up and touched the other trend line. According to H4, I'm looking for buys. This can only mean I'm more of looking for buys than sells, because this is going to be a continuation of the previous trend. So what do I do here? This is going to be a no-go for me. I don't know. I'm skeptical to wait for this and this level right here. There are those two levels that are likely, price is likely to come back to. Those are two levels right there, important ones. But then if it comes here, there's gonna be a some big moves to push price all the way up, like big momentum moves. If price does that, it's gonna have some big momentum moves. So whatever we do, we need to be just ready for whatever comes in. And there's this possibility of price continuing to break out according to H4, and then you want to enter when it does something like that. When it retests, then you can make your entry. So this is the plan. The plan is like that. The plan is like that. Like that, like this, and like that. Those are our three possible entry points. This one here, or breakout, come retest, and then get to the very trade that we want according to our daily H4 and of course weekly time frame. We are still buying, so the general trend is a buy. You don't want to be caught off guard. You don't want to be caught off guard selling it when the general trend is a buy. Yeah. All right. Of course, like I've told you, MH1 is trying to look for sales, but how are the sales going to come in? Probably if it reacts all the way back to that level. That's how the sales are going to come in. That's how the sales are going to come in. That's how the sales are going to come in. So for those who have joined the Signal group, I'm going to be sharing such trades. Right straight into our group of VIP signals. All right, that is Boom 1000. I've talked a lot. Today I'm speaking a lot. Let me reduce on the explanations. Boom 500. Boom 500. Time is against us. Let's head over to Boom 500. So Boom 500. Let's start from weekly. Yes, we want the breakout, but the breakout hasn't come through yet, and clearly even this on weekly, it hasn't gone to the retracement level of CCI. So meaning we are still selling it until it reaches the retracement of CCI. Probably that would give us the move that we want according to daily, which will be a retracement all the way back there, other possible level, which will be just about here, where we have our retracement level. So those will be our two levels, there or here, and then coming with the sales. All right, so now I'm having understood that, having seen that, now we can head over to daily. Daily are supposed to be buying, but there's no momentum. Why? Because according to weekly, we are still looking for sales. Why? Because we haven't reached the retracement level. So that's why the sales are still stronger. The momentum of sales is still stronger. So if I go to daily, I want to see what happened. This is break of structure, went up there back to that resistance, so failed to break that level, came down. So we are still selling. There's no confirmed buys yet. So according to H4, we had a change of character and started to sell. Then somehow, when we reached on this level, which is an order block on daily time frame, we saw the reaction all the way back to the upper order block, right about there, all the way back to that OB right there. And according to H4, that would be like a fair value gap, is it? Let's look at H4. Yeah, it will be like a fair value gap right about here, right about there. That will be the fair value gap right there. And then price started to move into sales once more. So how are we going to enter these sales? First delete all this. First delete all this. Okay, so this has served the purpose of, it is currently a support level, so we may have it, we may keep with it. Now, having seen that we are still selling according to H4, price was going back there, grabbed the liquidity. We had the better entry right here. This was a good entry right there, having gone back there to grab that liquidity. Wow, that was a better entry right there, and that was today. No, not today. That was actually today morning. That was actually today morning. Price had to go all the way back to that OB right about there according to H1. So we missed that kind of move. But now that is not important. According to H1, we see change of character. After that we start to see lower lows and lower highs. So we know that price is going to give us a lower low, then react back to give us a lower high, and probably it is going to come around that kind of fair value gap according to H1, and once it does that, we'll be knowing that we will come in with our sales just the way we want. So for now, I can say I'm going to trade it like that. So for now, I wait. This will be my entry point right there. That will be my entry point right about there. That is boom 500. Volatility 25.1s. Let's move. Vol 25.1s. So I want to also remind you guys that the mentorship class, March mentorship class, where I teach how I do my analysis, my strategies I use to trade everything, has started today. It is starting today at 3 p.m. Yeah, I'm going to be having a class of 3 p.m. to 5, and also another class of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you are interested to join in any of those two classes, register now and start with us today. All right, so volatility 25.1s. Volatility 25.1s. Start from weekly. Let's look at weekly. Yeah, we're looking for sales. Daily still we are looking for sales. Now, knowing that we are looking for sales, so what's the problem? Okay, all these moves have come in and given us money. This is H4. Let's look at where we last traded it. That level there, we took that money there. Although we wanted it to take it all the way down below, but it made that pullback and took us out and gave us short profits. But that was a move that I did according to M15. That was a move that I did according to M15, and we hit our TP level because that was another block on M15. So we knew that we could not continue. We could not continue. Yeah. So for now, let's remove the history. Now let's head back to daily. Let's head back to daily, looking at that to come all the way to the trend line, which now makes sense to us after that retracement. In fact, it was ranging within like a channel. So delete all these arrows and make the chart clean. Let's make this chart clean right about here. This one, I don't need it anymore. This, no need for it. Anyway, this may be needed, this may not be needed. This, now, delete this for now. And now, this is a double or a change of curve right there according to H4. So, having seen that, I know that price is coming right about there. It can even come all the way to this or be right here. So I know that it is coming in these areas, but the most likely level is this. Why? Because of the fair value gap right about there. Yeah, that is the most likely level to see price react back to, and then come in with the sales. So now that I've seen that, H1 should be giving me buy entries. Not really, it hasn't. The entries haven't started yet. So what do? Go to, yeah, it's going to retrace. Yeah, it is going to retrace back there before we continue to sell. So M15 should be giving me buy entries, and that's it. So M15 is going to be giving me buy entries, but they are not yet safe to make the entry right here. Let's go back to H1. H1, clearly you will see that order block being the level the price reacted back to. So if I do this, and clearly you will see that actually M15 right there, it did actually do it. Yeah, it almost touched the M15, so that leaves us to use H1. So let's use H1 OB and see that retracement. So that's where the retracement happened from. But now on M15, I'll be waiting for something that gives me a confirmation to actually enter this kind of buy right about there. In fact, right there, according to H1, is it according to H4 being a fair value gap? According to M15, there's this order block right there. It could be a possibility, but it can even give me a fake breakout to touch there. So I will go with that as my trade. That's a trade I will be looking for today. So anyone who hasn't joined, please join the signals to wait for when we are ready to enter this asset. That is Volatility 25 1S. Now let's look at Volatility 75. We are making this money today. of volatility 25 on this. So let's now look at V75. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Breakout. We are looking at sales. So we got a breakout, a successful one, a retest that went and brought the fake pullback into the falling wedge right there, and now a new candle has started. Let's look at it. According to daily, it has started, but it is starting as a sell. According to H4, according to daily. Wow, this is weird. This is so weird. Here down below, am I the one looking at it in the wrong way? It never touched that level below. I'm looking as if it never touched that line at all, and it started to react. So if that's the case, that means we are still selling. Why will we be looking for sales? That was a breakout structure. So why would it be going up there? Let's look at daily, weekly. That's weird. There's a weird thing I've noticed on this asset. So now that I see that, I just don't want to be caught off guard. That means we first clear the chart right here. I look at how I can make money on a smaller time frame as I wait for the higher time frame to clear out and give me what I use normally to make the general plan of the whole asset. So right about now, this was an order block, which is now which can become our resist, which is now a resistance level right here when it was tested, and it was again tried to be tested right here but never reached. So it is one level that can be a point of interest to us. That is on daily. H4. H4 we are supposed to be looking for sales, and knowing that and seeing something like that gives me no option but to look for my entries, and clearly I see something like that on H1. That makes me want to enter right about now. I will make my entry there. I'll put my stop loss right about there, and I'll be looking for my profits where. Let's look at profits. So this is a weird trade. H4 we are selling. H daily we are selling. H1 we are selling. M15 on the other hand, we haven't started selling. So price is coming right about here before we can actually, not even there. It's not coming all the way there. It's going to exceed that level. So that this is an early entry on a wrong entry point. That is an early entry on a wrong entry point. So I would actually put another entry right about there. That would be another entry point right there according to lower time frame. But then where will I be looking for profits? Let's go to H1. H1, there's one there. H4, it's a weird case. H4 is a weird case. Why? Because of what I'm seeing right about here. Because of what I'm seeing right about there. That is why I say it is a weird case. It's a weird one. It's a weird case right here because of that. That is a support trend line there. That is a support trend line. And clearly, this right here clearly right there, that would be the other trend line. That would be the other trend line right there. But then is that up, down, up. Yeah, I think that would be the clear thing. So which clear it all that cells are more likely to come through, and probably from that very point of view where we have seen this, probably will see enough momentum to come through and even break out this. So if we see a breakout, that means price can eventually come all the way here. So this would be like a swing trade to wait for your profits right about there. That's what it is. But you can only wait for this if we finally get a breakout from that very level. So that's what's up for now. Those who want to make another entry will be waiting for price to reach right about there. That is on volatility 75 1S, and clearly this will be like a 1, 2, 4 kind of trade. I'm going to try my best to keep it and try to swing it all the way down and see how it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna swing it all the way down. That is volatility 75 index. Now let's jump to volatility 10 1S. This, like I told you, it's a slow. This is a slow asset. It's a very slow asset. It is a very slow asset, and I think before this week ends, we may look into changing it. We may look into changing it. So let's look at daily. Daily, we know that price is within that kind of range, goes up there, and now having reached this support level right here, we started to see buys come in shape. So according to daily, right about now, according to daily, we saw a change of character right there actually. So right now I can easily even delete this. That was like a change of character right here when price broke out there. So what do we know? What do we know now? That means we know that now price is gonna come down to test that level after change of character. So what level can that be? That may be this OB. Now this is according to daily. You need to understand this analysis is according to daily. So first delete this arrow, delete that. That was a change of character there. Do we see any fair value gap? I think we do. There's a slight small change of fair value gap. There's a short fair value gap right about there, right about here, just about there. But will price come to that only, or it will eventually come all the way to the order block? So that is a fair value gap, short kind of fair value gap. So all we know that price is coming to test these levels, either that or that, whatever level it chooses to go with. For us, we'll be waiting for entry confirmation, and then later on come again with the buys to take us right about there. So now we know what we need to do. So according to M15, H4, we have a perfect double top right there, and price is below 10 MA. Go to H1, Clearly, we were supposed to enter from there. Why? This was a change of character right here. Price broke out, but then came back to test that perfect order block right there. And that's why we were supposed to enter from that level. So now, having seen that, I can choose to make my entry here, but do I need to risk? No, I wait. I have to wait. How do I wait, and why do I have to wait? H4 is still showing us momentum to buy according to what we see on CCI right about there. So what do we have here? Is this a break of structure? I think so. It is a break of structure. It is a break of structure, even though it is not that significant, but it is a break of structure. It is a break of structure. So according to the sales are on H4, we should be retesting. Yeah. And this would be the level according to H4 that price would retest back to. Right there. Right there. This would be the very level right about there on that order block. So, man, what is happening? Okay, now I know. For us to enter any sales, we need to wait for M15 to give us an entry. M15 is not giving us any entry yet. So until then, no entry at all here. This is no good for us. We can't trade something like this. It is within like a channel. This is like trading within a channel. It's like trading within a channel. It can clearly be seen on H and M5. M5 can be a bit clear to see what price is actually doing right about there. What price is actually doing right there. That is what price is doing there. So that means price is going to eventually do this very move right about there. It's going to eventually do this kind of move, and that will be taking us all the way back to probably that OB right about there. So we know that. Now that we know that, I can go back to M15 and look at that, and that will be actually now verifying what we already have on M15. So what do I do now? Do I enter buys? I can choose to enter buys here. This is V10. It's not a big asset. I can choose to put 0.5 right here and put my stop loss right below. Yes, and put my stop loss right below here. That will be my buy entry. This is not a big asset, so don't worry of any big losses. So this is the trade I'm entering right about there. Why? Because it is giving us a falling wedge, which clearly shows us that it's going to continue. It's going to reverse at a later stage. It's actually going to continue the previous trend, which is a buy trend. So, and clearly already I'm in some profits right about there after entering. My stop loss is just down below. I should actually put it below this candlestick down below here, and now leave it at that level. All right, so that is volatility 10S. The plan is to do that, and then come in with the sales to take me down below, and then later on, according to H4, buy it either here or there. So we'll be waiting and this move right here, it will be according to daily time frame. It will be according to daily time frame. So we wait for now. We wait. I will leave this at M15. Let's now get to jump 25. We wrap up this. We have about 10 minutes remaining. Let's look at this. Just a reminder that the signals have started today. Signals have started today. So after this, I'm going to be updating the signal platform on certain signals that we are looking at. Right about now, this is jump 25. Jump 25. What is happening? To understand what is happening, let's first go back a bit to weekly time frame. That was a breakout structure. It wasn't significant until price tested that level, and now we can see price is trying to continue actually into the buys. So having seen that, we know that daily we've been looking for sales according to that move and that move, but then it reached back to this level, and now this level is currently a support level because prices is being reacted on and failing to break through to continue selling. So it's a support level currently. It is no longer, according to daily, it's no longer resistance level. Go to H4. When we go to H4, yeah, clearly we have a buy kind of structure, a buy kind of setup. So I can delete all this, all that. Price did that. Exactly what we wanted. It did, came to the TP level, reacted back. So those who have been following us, you know that we traded all that. The move right there, this was the perfect move I needed to enter. For some reason I failed to get a perfect entry. Yeah, right there it took me out earlier, I think, but that was a perfect entry. But later on I took it all the way down below. So that's how we trade this asset. So for now, I want to delete all these. They are no longer necessary. We've already used them. So go back a bit to H4. Yes, this can also be taken out. All right. So this is interesting. Right about there, being a straight trend line, right about there, then right about here. Please forgive me about the background coming from my neighbors. Yeah, it's coming from the neighbors on the window. Right, so that is what I may see. Actually, that's what I see, and that is so important. Once we have it, it is very, very important. So if I go to daily, I know that is a descending triangle. That is a descending triangle on what? On a resistance. It was first on the resistance level, but now it is like a support level right there. So one may consider looking at the breakout to sell. Even though according to H4, even though we are seeing some buys, but daily is still looking for sales. Weekly is looking for sales. So that is why sales are likely to come through. But now, if H4 is showing us sales, how are we going to enter this? Let's look at what we have above there. There's gonna be some liquidity pool that it must come to. And this was the level right there at first. Yeah. So that may be our liquidity pool point to grab and continue later on into sales. according to H4. If this is the case, sales are a bit skeptical, even though we can see them on daily time frame. All right, so go to M15. M15 H1 will start the trend line. M15 is trying to sell. CCI shows us sales, but then I see something interesting on M15 that can give me something different, another perspective on what I'm seeing. And this clearly shows me that I'm looking for this kind of move right about there. That is according to H1, I believe. So if this is according to H1, yes, after fake breakout, grabbing liquidity here, then it comes, tests that level, then goes and breaks out. Yeah, first TP level, which is this one right here, has been hit already. From there to there, it has been hit already, right about there. After hitting it, it retested here, then came with that kind of move. Look at that. So now we know that it is heading to this very other TP, which will be right about there. So go back to H1 and look at what is that kind of level. This will be the kind of level that I'll be looking at, but actually not that one. There's a fair value gap right here, looking from the left, and that is now perfect for us to come in with sales when we get to that level. So that is like a game plan. But wait a minute, before I say that is a game plan, if it reaches there, we need it to, yes, I know that sales are stronger in daily time frame. So either we will continue with sales, or according to H4, we'll be looking for price to continue actually all the way up to that order block. But for now, let's wait for this move now. Let's wait for that kind of move. It's going to be on M15 and H1. It's going to be on M15 and H1. Now, to be sincere with you, I'm not going to trade this asset. Yeah, why? It is on the trend line, and we know that price is going up there. But do we have entry? No. How can we trade this? We had a breakout. This was never a successful retest, but then we later on got that retest to that fair value gap right here. This would have been our entry, but now we didn't. So I can only enter if price comes back again and reacts probably to that level right about there, and then gives me a push to the buy trend. But as for now, I'm not entering this kind of asset. No, it's a risky. It's too risky to actually look at, even giving it a possibility of entering it where it is, until it gives us something substantial. So that is jump 25. Lastly, jump 10. Let's look at jump 10. Another reminder is a mentorship program is starting today, and that is all the details that you need. If you are thinking of trading with, understanding how to trade, learning how to trade, that is one other thing that you can think about doing in the month of March. All right, so this is jump 10. That is jump 10. So jump 10, clearly we wanted price to reach there. It never did. It actually reacted back to the fair value gap right here on that level. I remember showing you all those levels that were likely to give us that kind of move. So the sell started after reacting to that fair value gap. Then why did it start? What is the general trend? The general trend is a sell according to weekly, and clearly here is supposed to be looking for a retest. We reacted back there, grabbed liquidity on that fair value gap. We wanted price to get back to there, but it would not, because it had already reacted to it already from this very level. So the sell started from there. So go to H4. H4 clearly shows us that we are selling. We have break of structures right there, retest, and then continue selling. There's nothing more clear than that. According to price action, there's nothing more clear than that. So now we can easily delete that. And now we have a week. According to H4, may not be considered to be weak. It's some kind of strong support level. So how are we going to overcome this? How are we going to overcome this? We are looking for sells. H1, we are looking for buys. This is weird. H4 sells, but we are on the support level. H1 buys, but we reacted from the resistance, the retracement level according to H1, which is that very level right there. So that being said, if I go to M15, do I get if I go to M15, do I get an entry? What do I get? M15, it's close to oversold, so it means it's coming all the way to this OB, which was a very valid order block on M15, so it's coming there. So I can wait for my buy entries right here, and today we will get this trade to take us to the buys. Why? Because H1 is buying, and H4 is going to be reaching our support. So before it gets enough momentum to break through this support, it has to first go back, react from that fair value up there, all that order block right there, and then probably grab some liquidity enough to push for the sell to come all the way down to this other order block, which is a valid order block right about there. All right, I think that's it for today. Please guys, notice this, that we don't force any trades. If you find there's something that you're not sure about and it is not what you normally trade, don't force any trades. Always wait for something you always look for or wait for in a trade. Always something that you always wait for in a trade. It is very important. So this is a trade plan for this asset, which is the jump 10. That's what I'll be looking for. All right, I think that's it for today. Please, good morning Rachel, good morning Levi, and the rest of you guys. Hopefully you had a good time. Let's do the recap and look at how we are doing. All right, so we are waiting for this breakout to get into that trade on crash 500, and I said I wouldn't be entering it, and this is boom 1000 on M15. But if I go to M5, I'll be waiting for this kind of move right about there to give me a breakout. Yeah, that is it. It's gonna come all the way up there, and I make that. This is gonna be another entry that we'll be making. Right, if it goes just the way we want, we'll be making that kind of entry today, and it's gonna be posted on the signals. It's gonna be posted on the VIP signals platform for those that have already subscribed. Boom 500, yeah, that kind of move has started just like we anticipated. So let's look at, do we have an entry? Not yet. I will wait for the entry when I see something like that. Breakout right about there, then I can actually wait for, I enter that buy. But why do I risk when I can wait for the sell right here? So we will be looking into that also. So let's leave it at H1. V25, yeah, the buy is coming in, is shaping just like we said. Oh, this was too fast. This was too fast to reach that level, but we have an entry. This is a good trade that we should have entered. We don't have an entry yet, so what you want is a breakout right about there. So we don't have an entry yet. I will wait. This is gonna be a good trade all the way up there according to M15. According to M15. Yeah. First go to H for look at what you're having. Oh, wait, before you rush, it may not. It may not. So we just have to be careful. Yeah. Alright. That is it's continuing actually to sell, so it's not yet. It's continuing, it has to come to this trend line right about here. Then we can make our buy entries according to H1. That is now clear without a doubt. V75, my entry is in profits. I believe so. Yeah, my sell is in profits. Yeah, I'm looking at selling it all the way there. So if it has enough momentum, it will break out and continue. So anyone who entered with me on V75, kudos, congrats, you are in money. That is V75. V10 1S, we are in floating losses, but I'm not worried about this because it's gonna come and later on continue to the buy. So anyone who has entered, just relax. If it comes back here, unless if you have used a weird lot size, then you should be worried. But even if you've raised a weird lot size, this is a low volatility kind of asset, so you don't have to worry a lot. But yeah, this is what is happening for now. I'm looking at a buy to all the way up there, but clearly it is trying to push for more, for that retracement. And I don't want to increase my risk exposure, so I will leave it where it is and we follow it through. This one, I'm anticipating an M formation, so you can either enter this sell or you can just wait for the breakout to come in. This is jump 25. Yeah, only wait for that to come in and you make that entry to take you all the way up right there. We know that we are going to be looking for this trade that brought us into that consolidation to take us right about there. That's what we'll be looking at. Lastly, jump 10. I'll be waiting for that and then entering. So anyone who is on the VIP signal group, please stay put. And I'm just about now, after this session, I'm going to be sharing with you the document, the Google Sheet document that I told you about, that you can use to record your performance as you trade, so that you be accountable to whatsoever you are trading, so that at the end of the month you make a decision whether to continue with me feeding you signals or whether to trade on your own and probably stop the subscription. Remember, the subscription is a monthly thing, $15 per month. Let me wish you guys a good day. For those that have joined the March mentorship class, let's meet at 3 And the rest of you guys who are in the VIP, signal platform, we are still together the whole of today as I keep feeding you the signals that will have come to our levels of interest that we are waiting for. And I wish you guys a good day. See you guys. See you. Happy trading. See you tomorrow same time for this kind of analysis.